To me, eventing is like a horse triathlon. So there's three phases. There's just dressage, show jumping, and cross country. Dressage always comes first. It's a subjective test, and so it's all about which horse and rider work the best as a team through that series of movements. The second phase that comes is show jumping, and that is a bunch of poles in an arena, so if the jumps do fall down if you hit them. And then finally is cross country, which to me is the best part. It's out in a big open field, you're jumping logs, ditches, brush, bushes, tables, whatever natural obstacles you can come encounter with, and it's all based off military cavalry practices back in the day. My name is Megan Vanson, and I am a professional equestrian. When I started riding, to me it was mostly a fun, casual, kind of stress reliever. Over the years it's really developed into a lot more than that. It's become much more of a time commitment, which is fine, but there was a lot of times where it was go to a football game or prepare for a horse show, and it became prepare for a horse show. And I'm so glad that I've made those decisions because it's really become such a fundamental part of my life. So I was just casually on Facebook scrolling through some sale ads for horses, and I saw this one. Long story short, I ended up having him brought down to me for a trial period. I'm just really lucky it worked out the way it did. So when I first got Ari, it was pretty rough. And to be honest, I fell off 3 times in the first 3 weeks. We had a lot of moments where I questioned, what am I doing with a 4-year-old horse? I can't even drive my own car yet. To say it was a smooth journey would be a total lie. Slowly we worked our way up through injuries and training and coming back from things and jumping ahead and having to take a step back, and now we're at preliminary level, which is around 3 foot 6 inches, and we're hoping to keep moving up from there. Some of the risks, cross country is very dangerous. People get hurt, horses get hurt. It's even if you trust your horse and your horse trusts you, things can go wrong. It's so detailed, the level of precision that goes into making that jump happen, when it happens, where you go afterwards. It's all so small, and it can have huge effects from it. So you have to be really careful out there, and as the levels get higher, obviously the level of danger gets higher, and you just have to be aware of the risk you go into. Through my riding career so far, the hardest thing that I've had to overcome was an injury, a freak accident that happened to Ari about 2 years ago now. At the beginning, it was supposed to be just a superficial wound. The vet said not to worry. But then weeks went by and it didn't heal, and then months, and it was still just not getting any better. And so we realized that the problem was a little more serious. That was definitely a low point in my career because I had worked for so long, so hard to get this horse to where he was. We'd overcome so many trust issues and training issues, and to have that all just taken away so quickly, it was a real shock to the system. And I will say that those 2 years of healing were the longest years of my life so far. And it was just a constant question in my mind of, is this worth it? Is this worth it? Is he going to come back from this? And, what's going to happen to me if he doesn't? And I am so thankful that he has come back. From there, I've just kept saying, he'll tell me when he's done. He'll tell me when he's maxed out. And so far, he hasn't shown me that. And so we've just kept climbing back up the levels. Eventing is all about the partnership with my horse. You go from the small confines of dressage out to cross country where you're galloping at breakneck speeds at objects that don't fall down if you hit them. And really it's all built off of trust. Although I am technically a professional horseback rider, I'm also a full-time college student. And so with that comes a lot of balancing. I'm out there every day, whatever time I can squeeze it in, whether that's 6 a.m. or 10 p.m. and we're practicing and we're improving and we're, chipping away at those problems or those skills we need to perfect. I have considered, what would it be like to be a normal college student and, go to class and go home and sleep and eat and, not be gone on the weekends in various states competing. And at the end of the day, it's just not worth it giving that up to me. It's the highs and the fun I get out of a successful day far outweigh the bad days. Long term, I would love to compete at the Olympics, and I would love to be a part of that someday. Some of the best parts about eventing to me are the simple things that most people take for granted. It's going out for an evening sunset ride and just being alone with your horse. I mean, then again, there's also the people. The people in the eventing community are amazing. They're supportive and they build each other up. They're there when you're literally on the dirt, and they're also there when you are galloping around in the winner's circle. It's a community unlike any other. When I started riding, I had no idea it would mean as much to me as it does now. It's transformed into something so much bigger than I thought it ever could be, and I'm so glad it has.